Hello everybody. Today I would like to rant about a common misconception from those who like European swords. I used to be one user of European swords as well, which is the misconception is about how protective the handguard, the simple crossbar can give you. Since I no longer have a European sword on hand, I've made a mock-up huge blade crossguard simulator, simple simulator. Okay. When I talk about many schools out there, including HEMA schools, that focus on the master strikes and ignoring the fundamental stuff, one of the comments shows up that he basically agreed with what I said, but there's a big but. That an European sword guard will protect the hand from those attacks. And my answer is no, it will not. Because let's say from the historical context. In historical context, the simple crossguard started to evolve into complex guard with finger rings, which protects your index fingers or thumb, and also side rings to protect your thumb from this side and the knuckle from this side. Those complex guard started to take place in history because they are way more protective than just a simple crossguard. To a bare hand, an armored hand. And those side rings are actually the essential parts to keep your hands from getting hit by your opponent's strikes. Which means, with logic, you can deduct that before those crossguards, before those side rings emerged in history, the simple crossguard is inadequate in protection ability for an unarmored bare hand. Why do the people don't realize that? I think they usually just watch video and not actually practice swordsmanship themselves, or not full speed, full contact sparring. Now, you see, with this crossguard, the striking blade is this thing. You notice how exposed is my grip from this side to this side. The crossguard will work only when the strike comes perpendicular to the crossguard like this. It protects my hands, okay? But as long as the strike comes at an angle that goes around the crossguard, my knuckle is hit so heavily here, or if it's sliding cut like this, it can hit my thumb directly like this. I have a first-person view here, so the first-person view will show very clearly that my hand parts are all getting hit. Now, for example, if I put a flug guard like this, okay, with German thumb grip, and I make sure the opponent's blade is on the outside like this, they come down, now I could be safe. But if that blade comes down like this, this is way more dangerous to me, okay? If I put an ox guard or even Jurchao like this and intercept the opponent's blade like this, right now it looks safe, right? Tongue! But actually it's already very close to my finger. You can see that. Now, if the incoming blade comes with high-speed zone, which I always talk about high-speed zone, if it comes with high-speed zone, it will hit with an angle like this, and my whole fingers will all be detached from the card. It will not hit like this. It will not hit like this. But even hitting like this, my index finger is already hit. With high-speed zone, when we hit something, the sword is almost fully extended. Then it will hit the fingers squarely, like this. The protection with a simple crossbar is nothing. Now, what if I do the guard with vertically like this, and the opponent's coming with strike like this? If it comes with a strike like this, it works. But once again, if it comes with high speed zone cutting like this, my whole 4 fingers are all cut. So you see, now what if I put it this way? Same. You see, my fingers all get hit. As long as the incoming blade comes cutting like this and not like this. A slightly slant angle will hit my fingers like this. That's why I said you need to have side rings to protect your thumb and the knuckle side, like those measure guard. They have a thumb guard and a knuckle guard. Then you have better chance of not getting hurt from opponent strikes. Now, if I put a guard like this, which is common in HEMA strikes, HEMA sparring, and opponent's blade come in vertically, perpendicularly, then yeah, it can block. But if it comes like this, which usually happens because the opponents will strike at you with extended blade horizontally, then the guard doesn't save your thumb from getting hit, or this side. Both sides will get hit. Now, this is not taking the impact force into account yet. This is just placing the strike on the guard and see whether it makes contact, right? In reality, especially in our sparring where we do high speed zone, power generation, all the stuff like that, when your guard successfully blocked a strike, the strike will not stop there. The strike will continue its path and push your guard away like this. Rotate your sword and still hit your hand. Your guard will become the leverage of your opponent's strike and rotate your blade around, which will then expose, you see, expose your hand and hit it. Happens so many times. And not to mention that there are cross guards out there that cannot survive being hit with half-hearted single-handed strike. Mattel Jensen, who is famous for doing destructive tests, have tested plenty European swords cross Culion, this crossbar, and actually bend it or even break it with his half-hearted single-handed strike, because he was worrying that the broken stuff will hit himself. So he wasn't doing it powerfully, wasn't doing it like we do when we actually spar and strike something. So your confidence in having your hands protected by the cross guard, the bar here, are often too much compared to what it can do in reality. Okay, please understand that this crossbar is not going to do you much. Actually, what this crossbar does is even less than a normal typical disc guard of Asian style. The disc guard acts as, just like what I mentioned, will protect the side of your thumb and the side of your knuckle, and you will get hit less with a disc guard than this cross guard. This cross guard is only good at trying to manipulate your opponent's blade once the blade stopped here and not hitting your hand. I've seen videos of European origin That's they recreate the swordsmanship by using cross guard, by gripping with the hand lower to avoid the fingers being exposed right beside the cross guard like this. They put their hands farther away from the contact like this to be safer. You see, then the cross guard may work better, but then you have shorter grip. You have less leverage because you move your hands down the hilt, unless you have a very long hilt to move for. And even then, it doesn't protect you from sliding along the flat of the blade and skip over the guard and hit your hands here. See, sliding. And even you put back your guard like this from the crossbar. It still doesn't prevent the crossbar being acted as a leverage point and rotate your blade once in contact and hit your hands. You see, the blade can still be manipulated by moving your cross guard, rotating. Oh my god. I'm damaging my wooden ruler. Okay, that's what I want to talk about. And that's all. If people still want to be stupid, let them be. But I just want to rant about this. Bye bye.